So when we're talking sales, we're really talking about conversion rate. How many prospects and sales qualified leads are coming into the business so that we have an opportunity to sell them on something. So they can become your subscriber, they can become your member, your customer, your client, your guest, however you classify those that give your business dollars, trust you with their money. So we're talking conversion rate here. And on your conversion rate, we have a handful of strategies that we want to make sure that you're implementing. In fact, in building and increasing profitability, which business is about profit, it's about what you keep more than what you make. You can have $1 million business and only be keeping 1%. That's not great. You can have half the business with double the profitability and have less headache, right? Which is why most people think, oh, the bigger the business, the bigger the problems. Well, that tells me that the foundation of the business isn't properly set up. So we want to focus in on first marketing and now sales, the conversion rate of what you're doing. In business, for your conversion rate, the first and foremost thing is you got to have sales scripts. What are your sales scripts? What do they sound like? What do they feel like? You see, there are 4 different basic types of individuals on this planet. You have, and we have a whole training just on what that means. The key thing is there are 4 different types of individuals, and there are 4 different types of learning styles. So what you want to be doing in your conversion rate sales scripts, you want to make sure that you have one for every of the 4 personality types. And in each one, you want to make sure that you're hitting on each of the 4 learning modalities. So 4 types of people. First one is going to be high dominant folks. These are the individuals who they dominate the conversation. They are quick to make decisions. They're a bit outgoing and they're going to lead the pack. Then you have the influencer. You have the individual who is very talkative. They're focusing on how things make them feel in this moment. From feeling, and they're very outgoing. They're like my grandpa, man. That man can speak to the wall and have a 30-minute conversation and love every second of it. Then you have the stability individuals. This is the third type. The third type is the individual who's looking for status quo. They're looking for consistency in their life. They're looking for things like social proof because they don't like change. The high dominant person may make a decision in 30 seconds. The high stability person will make a decision in 30 days. So how do you speak to them very differently? They're very slow paced. The high dominant, high influencer is very fast paced. And then the 4th type of individual is the conscientious type individual. I call this the engineering mindset. They not only read every manual, they most likely wrote every manual that they've ever had in their business. This is the type of person that wants to know step 1 through 10 and everything in between. You lay out those processes, that systematic approach, and they're more likely to buy. So at a high level, there's a lot of granular stuff to dig into. Those are the 4 types of individuals, and then there's 4 types of learning. You have auditory, visual, kinesthetic, and auditory digital. So you have those that are auditory. They learn by listening. You have those that are visual. They learn by seeing things. They can picture it. You have kinesthetic. It's more about how can they feel? What tangible results are they going to get from working with you or buying your product or service? And then you have the auditory digital. This is the thinkers. Does it make sense to them? So in your conversion rate, and by the way, we have plenty of resources. Scripts, by the way, is just one of about 70 different ways to increase your conversion rate. So you just download our conversion rate processes, our strategies. That way you can determine what of the 70 are best for you to begin using in your business right now. Download them, but this is where you start. You start by saying, who's my audience? Because we talked in the marketing focus, if you haven't watched that, go watch that one, around how you get really specific with your marketing. For the first step of marketing. This is the first step of sales, is understanding your scripting, the languaging that you're using, and who your audience is, so that way you can make sure you're communicating in a proper way. Because at the end of the day, communication is the response that you get. So download the guide, figure out what of the strategies are best for you to begin implementing in your business right now, and then reach out to our team because we're happy to guide you. We do workshops all the time. We'll guide you on how to begin implementing.